I would like to thank you for sparing the time to allow me to do an interview of your past career as a flight stewardess. So perhaps we can start a short introduction of yourself.
Sure. My name is Patricia. I was flying for 12 years in the past as a stewardess, and currently my current job actually is also related to airplanes since I'm in the logistic industry.
Alright, so can you tell me why did you choose to be a flight stewardess in the past?
I opted to take the opportunity to join the airline and become a stewardess because I was interested to travel, and at that point of time becoming a stewardess was indeed a very challenging career. It also gives me the opportunity to travel and see a lot of places and meet a lot of people from different country and races.
Alright, so what do you think of the personality standards of flight stewardess in the past and also now?
Well, in the past, I would say that the expectation of the flight stewardess personality compared to now would probably be stringent. Uh, since I'm also now in the air freight industry, my work actually takes me to a lot of places, so I do a lot of traveling as well. Unfortunately, I can see the gap between the personality of the stewardess in the past and now.
Alright, so what about the service level compared to before?
It's also the same thing. In the past, uh, the service level was more complicated or more extensive. We used to have services in the first class whereby things were laid out in the table with the cutleries, and even in the economy class we were serving hot meals on short flights like almost 1.5 hours. However, due to the way that the industry has actually evolved, nowadays you don't get hot meal on certain flights, and most of the flights are only serving very light refreshment. So definitely the experience that the new generation of stewardess gain compared to what we did in the past is definitely different.
Alright, so can I ask about the training? Was the training difficult back then or is it more easier?
Uh, I would say that the training was very stringent. We needed to know all about the aircraft. We needed to know about the food. We needed to know about the wine, and of course, most important is that we have to take the safety test, and we have to make sure that we pass the safety test in order to operate the aircraft efficiently.
Alright, so was there such a thing as seniority bullying?
Uh, there, you can say that there's such a thing as seniority bullying if you are one that cannot get along with the seniors or your colleagues. However, it all depends on individuals. Some individuals get along very well with the rest of the people, so therefore we do not have a problem. For those people who are not able to have the kind of interpersonal skills to get along with people, or if they are sensitive to certain remarks, then of course when they go on a trip and they are away from base like for 10 days or so with only the same group of people, then obviously you'll feel lonely, and ultimately people find that is because they get bullied by other people.
Alright, are there any interesting or memorable events throughout your career?
Yes, there is interesting and memorable events. There's always the good things to remember, and also there's always the scary part of the career. One of the things that I remember was we had an incident whereby we were asked to prepare for an emergency landing, and that was one incident that I would not forget. And fortunately, it never happened.
Alright, so as an flight stewardess, I'm sure that you have been to or visited many countries. So what are the countries you have visited, which is your most favorite country?
I wouldn't say that is any most favorite country. I would say that each country actually gives me a different experience. especially when you have the opportunity to visit the countries in the past before they were that developed. So today, if I go back to the same country, I can compare the before, like 10, 15 years ago, how that place looks like and how the place has actually developed today. So I would say that there is no particular favorite country for me.
Alright. Can I ask also, how did you balance your working life and family life as a flight stewardess?
Well, since we travel away from base, like I said before, sometimes for a period of 10 days or so. So when you're back home, you have only about a couple of days rest, and that's the time when you try to meet up with your friends. As far as my family members are concerned, we try to spend time together whenever we go on leave.
Alright. So was there any funny incidents you can recall?
You can say it's funny, but at the same time, you would at the same time I would say that it's the most unfortunate incident for the passenger. We actually were flying from Kuala Lumpur to Los Angeles, and the passenger were actually supposed to get down in Tokyo. Unfortunately, he fell asleep and nobody realized he was supposed to get down in Tokyo.
Oh no, that's
If
bad. Given a chance for you to choose as a crew again, will you take the challenge?
Yes, I will take the challenge because I think I will enjoy flying again, because I believe that you can still enjoy the time after work when you land at a certain place.
Alright, that's the end of the interview. Thank you so much, Miss Patricia.
You are welcome.